I grew up in a loving, safe, and stable environment where romance was never dead but was old-fashioned. While growing up, I dreamed of love, compassion, trust, and a knight in shining armor. But instead, as fate twists and turns within life, when I chose my own fate by going out one night at the age of 18 on a bank holiday, I met X. We went on a date and 10 days later started a relationship. I fell in love with X more than I could ever imagine, so X was moving to Leeds to do a postgraduate degree, and I was coming to the end of college, so I applied to university in Derby and got a place. X's funding for university had fell through, and so X began to change from that point on.
And that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness.
I had known that X had previous drug and alcohol problems, but had never majorly experienced these problems with X until now. X began to drink more excessively than before. X would go on benders for days, and things got progressively worse from then on. X became controlling. Who I could see or who X liked. X began to control when we had sex, and how many times, which made me feel pressured rather than loved. X would start upon me for no reason and start verbally attacking me. Then one day, X hit me, which in turn I forgave.
Ever notice the kind of thoughts I got?
However, a few weeks later, on a Sunday, and X was in a very bad mood, I walked away from X. I walked away from X to let X calm down. In turn, this made it worse. X followed me into the kitchen and proceeded to physically attack me and threatened to kill me. It was at this point I decided to split from X and wondered why someone who loves me could do these things to me. And only being 19, I felt who would take me seriously and believe I'd been in a domestic violent relationship.
And that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness. Did you know how much I love you? Here's a hope that somehow you can save me from this darkness.
And for the next 3 years I wondered why. And in those years, X ruined a relationship, some of my friendships, and my self-esteem. But through all this until now, I had realised that it wasn't me who was weak. I wasn't the one who lost control, and I now believe, after it all, I haven't wasted 3 years of my life. It is X who has, and I am now able to learn from my mistakes with X, and have learnt to never be controlled again.
Can save me from this darkness.